Free market capitalism is best understood not as a system invented at a single moment, but as the result of a long intellectual evolution about human nature, individual freedom, and cooperation, beginning with John Locke, who argued that individuals possess natural rights of life, liberty, and property, and that property itself originates when a person mixes their labor with the natural world, that to own your labor, which is stored and expressed through property, means society has no claim over it, establishing the crucial idea that individuals own themselves and the fruits of their work, while government exists only to protect these rights through consent, rather than impose authority from above. This moral foundation was expanded by Thomas Paine, who emphasized the equality of individuals and the necessity of voluntary participation in both political and economic life, reinforcing the principle that legitimate exchange must be based on mutual benefit rather than coercion, a concept that becomes central to capitalism, where transactions only occur if both parties expect to gain. These philosophical roots were then transformed into a coherent economic framework by Adam Smith in The Wealth of Nations, where he observed that humans naturally pursue their own interests. Yet within a system of free exchange, this self-interest is not destructive but productive, as individuals are led through what he famously called the invisible hand, to serve others by providing goods and services people actually want, meaning that the baker feeds you not out of charity, but because his survival depends on satisfying your needs, establishing the core mechanism of capitalism. You advance your own well-being by advancing the well-being of others. This system works precisely because it accepts human nature rather than trying to suppress it, recognizing that people respond to incentives, seek improvement, and will cooperate when it benefits them, turning self-interest into a driver of production, competition into a force for efficiency, and profit into a signal of value, which later thinkers like Friedrich Hayek deepened by explaining that no central authority can ever possess enough knowledge to organize an economy effectively, and that prices in a free market function as signals that coordinate millions of decisions, creating what he called a spontaneous order, complex, adaptive, and decentralized, where resources are allocated without top-down control. Building on this, Milton Friedman argued in the 20th century that economic freedom is inseparable from political freedom, insisting that when individuals are free to choose how they work, spend, and exchange, they not only generate wealth, but also limit the concentration of power, since markets disperse decision-making across society rather than centralizing it in the state. And he emphasized that voluntary exchange ensures that cooperation occurs without coercion, as each transaction reflects consent and mutual advantage. Taken together, these ideas form the core principles of capitalism: private property, voluntary exchange, market pricing, competition, and limited government, creating a system in which individuals cannot simply take what they want, but must offer something of value in return, aligning personal success with the ability to meet the needs of others, and resulting in a vast, decentralized network of cooperation where millions of strangers contribute to each other's lives without ever meeting, not because they are directed to do so, but because the structure of the system rewards usefulness, making capitalism fundamentally a moral and economic order in which freedom, consent, and human self-interest combine to produce coordination, innovation, and prosperity without central control.